What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to Comic Breakdown. If you are new to the channel, do me a favor, hit that sub button, hit that notification bell, make sure you're not missing any of the awesome content we have coming out. And with this video, we are jumping into Moon Knight, issue number 6. Now, if you haven't been keeping up with this line, go ahead, check out the link in my description, as well as the top of this video. It is going to get you completely caught up on everything going on with this series. But in the last issue, what we saw was the arrival of a villain known as the Zodiac, pretending to be an individual named Terry this entire time, trying to infiltrate his organization, doing everything he can to get close to Moon Knight, because his goal this whole time was to push Moon Knight to the brink. And so, with that being said, let's dive into this breakdown. Alright gang, so as we dive into issue number 6, we are picking up with Moon Knight just getting his butt kicked by the Zodiac. With him beating the crap out of Moon Knight, getting the upper hand on him, Moon Knight is currently pretty banged up. So much so that he is not able to get to his feet and fight back, telling the Zodiac that if you are going to kill me, just do it already, because I'll come back like I always do, and you are going to pay for everything that you have done here today. But the Zodiac has no intention of killing Moon Knight. In fact, he wants to do the exact opposite. He wants to make him better. He wants to make him stronger. He wants to break Moon Knight because he theorizes if he breaks the hero, then it will help him. It will help him grow into what he needs to be, telling him that he has so much potential, that if he didn't live in the hypocrisy that he lives in, he might actually be worth something. And while this whole dialogue is going on, what we see is the vampire, his assistant known as Reese, running to somebody's door, running to get some kind of help before Moon Knight gets killed. And currently, the Zodiac is letting him know that Moon Knight had passed all of his tests. So much so that he's even kind of impressed by it, delighted because of it. Not expecting this game to go on for so long, he truly has been enjoying every aspect of it. And so he's not going to kill him, he's going to leave him with what he calls motivation, saying this soldier will be his next victim, and there is nothing he can do to stop him. That is, until the other fist of Khonshu makes his arrival, because this is who Reese went and grabbed. Brothers in arms, brothers to the same god. There is no way in hell he was going to let anyone kill Moon Knight. This throws Zodiac completely off, not even knowing that there was another fist. But recognizing this situation might be a little bit out of hand for him, this is where he makes his exit, disappearing in a flash. Not knowing where he went, we see the Fist of Khonshu pick up Moon Knight and take him back to get patched up. Now, of course, this is the last person that Mark would ever want to see. Mr. Badr, the other Fist of Khonshu, the last time they met, he had said that he was going to kill him. The last time they saw each other, he had gotten kicked off a building. And he lets them know that he may not respect him, he may not even like him, but at the end of the day, they have the same God, the same Father, and that makes them brothers. And so while he sits here and patches up Moon Knight, he lets him know that the last time they spoke, he called him broken, and it wasn't an idle jab. This is something that he understands very deeply and personally because he was broken as well. A young boy that was born in Egypt. His parents had both been doctors, and so of course he took after them. He was serious as a child as much as he is as an adult. A model student in all subjects. But when he compared himself to his peers, to his family, to everyone, he always found himself wanting. Everyone else had something that he did not. It's because he never felt the presence of God, not like everyone else had. He studied the Quran. He did everything he could to find that closeness to the God everyone is talking about, but he never felt it. And so it made him feel like he was missing something. If everyone else can believe in this God, why can I not? Why does Allah not speak to me? But eventually he finds the answer to this, because the answer wasn't in the Quran. He continued to pray, to do the right practices, to do everything he was instructed to do. He lived a good, a nice life. but he always felt like there was something missing. And it was at night. He was walking by himself as often as he always did. And that is when the vampires came, ganging up on him and draining him of every ounce of blood. That is when Khonshu came to him. That is when the moon descended down to him and gave him a great gift, offering him life and offering him a divine purpose. Now, while he does this whole little talk and this whole little spiel he's got going on, he is wrapping Moon Knight up like a mummy. But finally, for the first time, he knew what God was, what he spent his whole life longing for. And this is something that Mark has taken for granted for quite some time, something that he would simply throw away to the side. But what really changed his mind about Mark, to make him come and help him, to actually recognize that they are brothers, one and the same, is Reese, the young vampire assistant. She came to him knowing that he would want to kill her. She was willing to end her life if it meant saving Moon Knight. Recognizing this kind of bravery, it has challenged everything he thought he believed, what he thought about Moon Knight, and the people that he is surrounding himself with. Putting him in a coffin, we see the moon god come and talk to Mark, telling him that he misses him and it is time for him to pay a visit. With one day passing, we see Mr. Badr come up and open up the coffin, with Mark coming out of it, taking these bandages off, his body completely aching, but he can move. He is still alive after being blown up and beat nearly to death. And before he makes his exit, Mr. Badr lets him know that I'm not sure that you're really fit for the title still. I'm going to see, I'm going to watch. And if I find out that you are not what you should be, I will do something about it. But as it stands, we are brothers. And so with him putting on his suit and heading out into the streets, he is met up by Greer and Reese, the two of them waiting for him, and they're trying to figure out what their next course of action is. What are we going to do next? Because Zodiac, aka Terry just being a persona to get into the door. And Moon Knight, he is not concerned about the Zodiac, knowing that he will eventually pop up again, and when he does, they will handle him like they have handled every other crisis. But as it stands, they need to get their workshop back up and running, because as they go back to their front, going inside, they recognize this place has been completely destroyed. And waiting inside is Soldier, letting him know that he's got a dirty history. He tried leaving it all behind, but Moon Knight has saved his life twice and his mother's life, saying that from now on, he is his guy. For life, whatever he needs, whenever, no question about it. Now, their building may be burned down, but their mission is still what it needs to be, to protect this community no matter what the cost. And though Zodiac may be planning something in the background, he is not going to concern himself with any of that, because he is Moon Knight, and he is going to sit right here, and he is going to do what needs to be done. And that will be the end of this issue. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments. You know, there's not a whole lot going on in this, except we're really finding that Mr. Badr, aka the other fist of Khonshu, he is finally recognizing that Mark, he might not just be dismissing his god completely, but understanding there are people out there that care, even if they are bloodthirsty vampires, that there are people willing to sacrifice their own lives to ensure that Moon Knight stays alive because they believe in what he is doing. And of course, this gives Badr some pause, not understanding why vampires would only work with him, not only work with him, but also go out of their way to risk their life to save him. And so now he's going to observe. He's going to really find out who Moon Knight is, who Mark is, and if he is really the man for the title. But this was some great background on who Mr. Badr is, how he became the other fist of Khonshu, and it's gonna be very interesting seeing the two of them move forward together. But yeah, let me know what you guys think down in the comments. If you have not yet, do me a favor, hit that sub button, hit that notification bell, make sure you're not missing any of the awesome content we have coming out, and until the next breakdown.